Following a recent address by Nevis's Premier Mark Brantley, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, the leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, posted on social media that she will take legal action over statements the Premier made in his address. According to the Premier, high-ranking members of the NRP sold land in the south of Nevis to their own benefit while criticizing the NIA.
I am advised that prominent members of the opposition were among the very first to agree to sell their lands, to sign agreements, and to collect their monies. It cannot be right for high-ranking members of the NRP Nevis to sell their lands, pocket millions of dollars, and then turn around and blame the government. I have heard the recent public utterances of the leader of the NRP, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, and I wish to place on record that the leader of the NRP is one of two executors of the estate of her late father. She is a main beneficiary of the estate's lands in the south of Nevis. She was among the very first to sell her land for this proposed development and pocket her money. Dr. Daniel Hodge cannot sell her land and pocket millions, then turn around and tell Nevisians that the sale of the same lands by them is wrong. So you are not to benefit from your land, but Janice and her family are to benefit from their land. So she can count money, but you're not supposed to count your money. This is the height of hypocrisy and dishonesty.
Following the Premier's 25th August address, NRP leader Daniel Hodge posted on social media that she will take legal action against statements made by the Premier about her and the sale of lands in the south of Nevis. She wrote, quote, "Tonight the Premier slandered my good name and claimed that I sold lands on the southern side of Nevis and pocketed millions. This is absolutely false, and I will not sit on this. As early as tomorrow, I will pursue swift legal action. If the Premier can prove anywhere that I have pocketed millions from any land sale, I will resign my seat forthwith. That is how confident I am, because I know the truth. I do not understand how a human being can lie like this. This is sick." End quote. The land sale issue on Nevis gained political momentum with the passage of the Special Sustainability Zone legislation in the National Assembly. Glenn Bart reporting for SKN Newsline. The passage of the Special Sustainability Zone legislation has led to expressed differences of opinion that has spiraled into the exchange of the proverbial barbs between the two political parties on Nevis. In the days following the passage of the legislation, concern was raised by the NRP that contended the Nevisians were going to be relieved of their lands.
In recent months, serious questions have been raised about whether there is a plot being hatched behind closed doors and in a shroud of secrecy to force landowners on the southern side of Nevis to sell their property. Landowners must be aware that with the Special Sustainability Zone legislation passed in the National Assembly last week, if the Premier and the Prime Minister designate lands on the southern side of Nevis as a special sustainability zone, your land may be deemed as needed for a public good and taken without your permission. That is deeply troubling, and even more so because of the lengths to which the Premier is willing to go to acquire people's lands. In addition to providing the means by which the Premier can acquire people's land, the SSZ legislation gives the Prime Minister the authority to approve or disapprove special sustainability zones in Nevis, each with a minimum of 500 acres.
Meanwhile, Mark Brantley, leader of the CCM-led Nevis Island administration, took to the airwaves in an address aimed at bringing clarity to the much-talked-about allegations made on social media platforms.
They allege that lands in Nevis will now be controlled by the Prime Minister. That is categorically false. No special sustainability zone can ever be declared on the island of Nevis without the full approval of the Nevis Island Administration and ratification by the Nevis Island Assembly. This ensures that Nevis remains in control of Nevis. They allege that this is some form of colonization. That, again, is absurd. Any zone established in Nevis remains fully under the laws of Nevis and the Constitution of St. Kitts and Nevis. The zone remains a part of the island of Nevis. They allege that people will be forced to sell their lands. That is legally impossible. No one will ever be forced to sell their land. If you do not want to sell, you do not sell. All land transactions are private, voluntary agreements between buyer and seller. They have attacked my wife and her business. I wish to state for the record that my wife has had a fully licensed, fully operational real estate practice in Nevis for 20 years, even prior to my entry into politics. I have no interest in her business. Like any licensed realtor on Nevis, she's free to represent clients to buy and sell real estate as they wish. I can confirm that she's not buying or selling any real estate that belongs to the government of Nevis. She's engaged in private business, not government business. They allege that Nevisians will be barred from fishing and visiting the beaches. I wish to be clear that our seas and beaches are all public property and will at all times remain so.
The political chatter began escalating after a citizen expressed interest in establishing a sustainability zone on the southern side of Nevis, which has large tracts of undeveloped land. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Get ready, St. Kitts! The king of comedy is back! It's Oliver Samuels! One night, one cast, a million laughs. Bring your belly because you got laugh till it busts.
He never showed up.
You never show up for your own honeymoon. Here's one special leader now.
Don't miss Oliver Samuels, live and uncensored, this August 31st at the stunning Carabola Sunset Deck. The man who kept generations laughing under the stars by the sea. Tickets are now available at Prestige Pharmacy in Nevis, Farm Care, Azul Printers, Central Service Center, and Chad Cash.
The man woman in the left side of my head say, to be a doctor you have to have at least common sense. And none of your sense them no common.
Your favorite TV shows are just a click away with TVC Plus at tvcplus.live. Stream our 24-hour live programming. Catch the latest episodes of TVC Originals on demand. Enjoy premium pay-per-view content and so much more. Watch on any device, TV, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Visit www.tvcplus.live. Stream, watch, enjoy.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports, all from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips.
Members of the St. Kitts and Nevis delegation are seizing every opportunity to sharpen their craft through the diverse workshops and mentorship sessions on offer at CarryFesta 15. On Monday, participants were put through the paces, learning tips and tricks on how to better execute breathing exercises to strengthen the diaphragm and manage airflow. The energy soared during the power-packed vocal coaching session, and the spirited group of performers wasted no time putting their newfound techniques into practice. Two of our participants shared their thoughts on the value of this session.
I'm definitely taking a lot in through the arts, the culture, even this session that I'm in currently. We're learning a lot about breath work, control, relaxing the nerves, everything prepped for perfect performance, perfect pitch, and a great sound.
I'm just excited to, learn and network, meet, artists from all over the world, and just, take as much information as much as possible I could take.
Our dancers are also taking advantage of the opportunity to enhance their skill set under the watchful eyes of industry greats. Junicia Williams, Tronell Chomney, Karina Dorr, Devon Brown, and Desan Maynard were all delighted to be coached by celebrity hip-hop dancer and choreographer Luther Brown, who has worked with the likes of Mary J. Blige. They were joined by Sean Roy Caesar, Tariq Drew, and Javon Romney for a modern dance session led by famed dancer and choreographer Pinky Thomas. She coached them on the Dunham technique.
I was first introduced to Dunham in CFBC when I did performing ads. And, it's surreal that 6-7 years later, I was able to take a class, and it was tiring, It was tiring, but I was happy. Hip hop, I'm not really a hip hop person, but, I stepped out of my shell and I did it and I had fun. Tiring, but I know I had fun and I can't wait for the rest sessions.
Well, it was definitely different, but I think I managed enough. I'm really tired, it's very hot, so we really pushed.
Like 40 plus regional dancers who came here and killed it. They were able to share, learn, ask him questions, find out about his experiences, what the industry is like. And that's what CariFesta is about. That's what the original vision of it was. Sharing, artists sharing, making the region a better place through the arts. So I think we're fulfilling our mission here. Yeah, big up, St. Kitts and Nevis.
Also on Monday, master hairstylist Janelle Williams, more widely recognized as Ja Hair, known for her precision and artistry, took the spotlight in a dazzling styling showcase before stepping into the heat of a hairstyling competition. With fellow delegation members cheering her on, Janelle displayed creativity, flair, and technical excellence that wowed the crowd. When the results were announced, she proudly claimed second place, a shining achievement and a proud moment for the Federation on the CariFesta stage.
Tonight I entered the braid competition, and here you have my piece right there, which is very beautiful and you can see stand out. We placed second in this competition. I did my best, I did my part. I came real hard to represent my beautiful island of St. Kitts, and I'm still happy and proud of myself because it doesn't end here.
Sonara Busu, owner of Lavelle Leather Goods, had her luxurious handcrafted items featured in a fashion show hosted at the CariFesta Grand Market. She joined forces with renowned Belizean designer Renelli Requena. Their designs complemented each other perfectly.
I just don't want to have the brand locally, but I want to have it on an international and a regional level. And this just topped it off for me. This was like the icing on the cake. This was the gateway for me to be able to not only be in South America, but North America, Russia, Italy, anywhere my heart desire to see the brand go is where I will push. So this was a great and awesome opportunity.
It was a decision easy to make. She was looking for models, and I'm like, okay, who are you? What do you do? She's like, only bags. So I'm looking for someone to pair with, and I saw her bags. I'm like, oh wow, that would be perfect for my collection, as my collection is very minimal, but still they're very statement pieces to have in your wardrobe. And her bags just was a cherry on top for each of my pieces. I'm very, very happy that I got to meet her and that we got to walk the runway together.
Meanwhile, renowned homegrown artist Vaughn Anslin was also featured in the Monday evening fashion show. It came as no surprise that his pieces, wearable art which promotes sustainable fashion, were met with rave reviews.
Just to have that showcased with both the Federation brand on the back and the artwork on the front sells a lot. And it's an individuality style as well. You can identify with the art that is there.
Modeled turned entrepreneur Winiel Pereira made a dazzling return to the runway at the CariFesta Grand Market Fashion Show, captivating the audience with her elegance and commanding presence after years away from the spotlight. All in all, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis continues to make its mark at CariFesta 15. From the stage to the workshops, our artists are embracing every platform, every performance, and every moment to showcase the depth of our talent and the strength of our culture. Our presence is undeniable, our impact is lasting, and the journey is far from over. The delegation's participation continues with unwavering passion, ensuring that no opportunity is left unexplored. Team St. Kitts and Nevis continues to be culture loud and SKN proud.
On Friday, August 22nd, in Independence Square, the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank officially launched its Vroom campaign. This initiative offers low-interest loans for used cars with no deposit required and a fast turnaround time for approvals. Several used car dealers were on site showcasing vehicles for prospective buyers. Floyd Charles of the bank's group corporate unit explained the details of the campaign and what customers could expect.
This is National Bank with a revolutionary launch today of a used car loan. It's a game changer in this market because we're trying to hit the sweet spot of around 35,000 to around 65,000. That's the area we think that most people could fit in and get a decent car to drive. So we have all the vendors here today. We have the used car vendors, we have CSE, Auto Services, we have SL Houseford, we have Auto etc. Young man, Mr. Pemberton from Auto and Needmus. So we have decent value for money. We're creating a marketplace here, Andre. A marketplace for some ideas, new ideas like you see here. We never see anything like this with cars in the square. And marketplace for a new product that, we think will change the whole game. Boom.
Right. How long is this campaign going to be running by National Bank?
Well, this is a loan that's going to be in perpetuity almost, Andy, because we feel the market needs this. We have this promotion today. We want to make a big impact, and we think we're making that impact. But this is something that's going to be there. I mean, with car loans, as we've seen, very generic, very centered around new cars. And our people, from what we're seeing in the market, people want an opportunity to get decent loans, own fast, drive smart, decent loans like this in short time, quick order, 3 days, we're looking at 72 hours, we can make this happen. Once you have all the things you need, like a valuation of the value of the vehicle, and so on. That's what we're looking at right now.
Also speaking to SK Newsline was Zara Prince, Human Resources Associate at the National Bank, who shared insights on how the campaign supports customers and the community.
So, when a person comes, they can sign up today, pre-register basically, and then we're going to reach out to them. Once they do their credit history and everything is going well, then they'll reach out to them and give them a call. What they would need is 2 forms of ID, government issued photo IDs. Could be a driver's license, passport, voter's ID. Once it's a government issued photo ID, we'll take it. Also, they would also need proof of address, proof of income, so we're going to need a job letter, and we're going to also need a vehicle inspection. So you get that done, or you get your mechanic to do it prior, as well as the vehicle invoice with the specs and details of the vehicle of their choice.
Reporting for SK Newsline, I'm Andre Huey.
Get ready, St. Kitts! The king of comedy is back! It's Oliver Samuel! One night, one cast, 1 million laughs. Bring your belly because you got laugh till it busts.
He never showed up. You never show up for your own honeymoon. Here's one special leader now.
Don't miss Oliver Samuels, live and uncensored, this August 31st at the stunning Carabola Sunset Deck. The man who kept generations laughing under the stars by the sea. Tickets are now available at Prestige Pharmacy in Nevis, Farm Care, Azul Printers, Central Service Center, and Chad Cash.
The man in the left side of my head say, to be a doctor, you have to have at least common sense. And none of you